I want to dance in my journey. Yeah. When you play me that music, you play the music that we like. And every time when we dance together, we dance the music that we love. Yeah. One in a million, the body moving so spiritually. Yeah. One in a million, the body moving so spiritually. Yeah. On every play, my God, on every play. Yeah. On every play, my God, on every play. Oh, on every play, my God, on every play. Yeah. On every play, my God, on every play. Oh, Bana Bange, you would dare to sit today. Mwategede Gano tukuye kwanga moche Bantu bange Moche tucheze Muziki kogu kute Kwa Yesu kogu hambe Banana Cheza na mimi.
Good morning Uganda. My name is KAHUMUZA Nicholas, your host of the Kids Talk Show, and I'm very glad to be with the following guests in the studios this morning. But before we go far, allow me to give them a chance to introduce themselves before you. Starting with you, Anthony.
My name is Musa Anthony and I'm from St. Louis College.
Okay.
Good morning viewers, my name is Bujara Arnold Kiza and I'm from Kinyamazka Primary School, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
My name is Kirungi Doris Mary. I'm from Pinga Primary School. I'm very glad and delighted to be here.
Okay. Today's topic is all about the boy child. And to change that word or statement into our mother language, nikimanyisa omwana w'obuuzo. Anthony,
Yes, please.
omwana w'obuuzo notekereza kiki? What do you understand by the term a boy child?
Well, a boy child is a male. Yeah, by the term a boy child, I understand a male who is born. A person is a young man.
Yes.
A person who is born a young man. That's what I understand by a boy child.
Okay. Arnold, tell us what you understand when you hear someone talking about a boy child.
To me, a boy child could be someone who is young, very related to hear to people,
Okay.
and a child who is a boy, and most especially a child whom I can say that has energy, power, and can perform things that are better on a level that someone else can easily tell that, almost say that's a boy child.
Okay. Doris, share with us your view.
Well, boy child, I think it is majorly a boy, a young boy or a man, something like that.
Okay. Now, what can the parents, the religious leaders, and the other leaders in the community or the society do to see that they promote a boy child, starting with you and
To me, first, you as a boy child are supposed to know who you are and the people you live with in a community, and the people you interact with in a community. So when it comes to leadership to other people, you as a young child, the religious leaders and your parents and other elders, to me, as they are promoting you as a boy child, you have to first know your rights and how you can use them in their right state. You as a boy, you are not showing that you want them. I want my rights, but what are you doing? So, I see that those people outside there who are watching, the religious leaders, the parents there, the elders who are there watching. Yes. For me, what I can say, you as promoting the boy child, is Mwanaki you are dealing with. Which kind of a boy are you having? Because you cannot say that Omwana nasigokwa hell na yandara, and you're going to say that you are promoting his rights.
Okay.
So may I see that you have to first sit with that child, discuss about what is taking place and what can be the right thing that you are emphasizing on that boy child. So to me, that's it.
Doris, tell us, what should leaders or your parents at home do to see that a boy child, omwana w'obwojo muka, nawe yakora kulungi kandi yaba musajja w'omugaso mu future?
Okay. Well, about the parents, the leaders, and the society, in order to promote the boy child rights or boy child education, they shouldn't neglect boy child rights, because similarly, boy child rights and girl child rights are equal. A right to sleep, a right to education, shelter, whatsoever. So they shouldn't neglect the boy child, because majorly, when you neglect boys, this will turn out into street children, theft in the society, plus all the other bad things that happen, because usually boys are the ones doing it.
Okay, thank you for that. Anthony, what is your view on the role of parents and other leaders when it comes to promoting a boy child?
Well, my view, the parents and the religious leaders, I will begin with the parents. The parents should carry out counseling, give time to their boys, give them time, let the parents talk to their boys and see what are their problems they are facing, what do they need, what do they want, what are they missing, why could they be doing this? And to the religious leaders should always encourage these boys to go for prayers, because we know that the word of God encourages discipline and hard working.
Yeah.
So if these religious leaders can encourage these boys to go for prayers, to always counsel. Actually, the major reason as to why religious leaders should be involved is to counsel these boys, because we all know that no person in this earth is what? Is perfect. So they need counseling, and once counseling is done for these boys, meaning religious leaders will have done their parents with their role, and parents will have done theirs too, because religious leaders should carry out guidance and counseling, whereas parents should give time to their boys, talk to them, see what is their problem, and then come with a solution.
Yeah. Okay, thank you to Anthony. Ayibugambe mwahureri byabalizibwa Anthony nagamba the religious leaders basemerire kuikiriza oba kuencouraging abana buwojo kugenda kusaba abokuba ekigambo kya Ruhanga nikigara mu muntu amani. Then I'm very glad with one of the churches, that's the Anglican Church, whereby kuba barugireyo batekaniza conference eye kuja kubaho ebiro kuno kwezi kyakane kirikuija na mbere abana bona abo wisike na abo wojo bakuja kuikalizibwa batahi babo abakuzeroho na kwatagana n'ebintu by'edini babagambira emiringo yokora mu ebintu by'edini n'ebintu ebindi nk'ebyo. So okuturugireyo tuli mukurora how has a boy child been neglected in our homes. For example, nosanga eka alumu abana bana baisiki alumu naboto nkabali nibo bana wengaho bali bana mukaga hati abana mukaga abana babero banuna tuba treating the same way as these four. Hati iwe nuroraho mwanzo huwa lekebirwa elimu hakintu keki, starting with you, Anthony.
Thank you very much. To me, a boy child is being neglected in a way that when a boy child asks for something, that boy child is easily given something. Take an example of a smartphone. If a boy child and a girl child ask for a smartphone, they will give a boy child a smartphone, and they will not give a girl. They will be like, the smartphone will spoil my girl. But if a boy asks, they will immediately give. So meaning they want the boy spoiled. Now, if you can also go on streets, most streets, you'll find the highest number of boys, of the people there, those who take marijuana and all those chemicals are males, are boys. So you come to realize that these boys are being neglected. Again, when these boys ask for permission to go and visit friends, parents will not bother to ask. Most of the parents will not bother to ask, where are you going? What are you going to do? Who are you going to see? So they will say, okay, you can go and visit. They will not even put limits. No. They'll just say, or and again, a boy child, when a boy child leaves the home and comes back at any time, he's not questioned, he's not given a lot of questions, he's not punished that much. So like that you find aboja bengi tutaandikia kwa kusisikara. So you find on the streets we are having most of the people there are suffering as boys, most of the people suffering in towns as boys. That is why we are having females having more and a lot of jobs. People are trying to go for human rights. Let us promote gender. Gender equality. Thank you. Let us promote gender equality. But you find these people that are saying promote gender equality, they are saying girl child education. Girls only, they're only favoring girls.
And they're leaving alone the boys.
Exactly. So you find the boys that like, after all, they don't care. I was very surprised with some organizations that are putting on praises for people who are taking girls to school. So meaning if a parent has a girl and a boy, they will take a girl to school and leave a boy. Because they want the praise. Because nowadays boys are being ignored. So I see most of the people in the country are ignoring boys, and it is being done even by big organizations,
socially, academically,
everything, because they know that boys are more superior. So let us let us encourage boys. So them going to encourage boys, it leads them to being encouraging girls, it leads the boys to being neglected. They are leaving alone the boy child, going to favor the girl child. They're saying girl child education, a girl should not get married. But I've never heard of a person who comes up and says boy child education. I've never heard of that thing. I've never heard of such things. So, yes, that is it.
Okay, Arnold,
Yes.
you know, tekereza omwana w'obuuto mukoko bamusigara batemu.
To me, in I have been seeing things taking place, happening. I'm seeing that really boys are being let down due to some cases that...
How exactly?
I'm still bringing the point, So boys are being let down than girls. Because when you move around the world and look out what is taking place with boys, really boys are being let down. First of all, when you go in schools, when it comes to punishments, distributing of punishments like Bakozero Musango, and they are with girls. But when it comes to punishing, they really punish boys the more and leave alone girls, because they know that boys, even if we do what, boys cannot change. But if they punish girls little, you can find that a boy is some kind of jealousy that they have punished a girl, and of which but when we come to even when we come to homes, you find that there are like 5 girls and like 3 boys are in one home. You find if it comes to doing work, it is the boy who should do the heavy load, like splitting firewood. That goes to a boy. Like grazing goes to a boy. Yeah. And when it comes to that, parents say that boys should engage themselves in cooking, like in those work that girls do at home. But I've never had parents saying that girls, you engage yourselves in this work of boys, whereby I'm seeing that boys are being let down in that way. And if it does not, how can I say it? But at that point that is taking place, really a boy will suffer. And even when it comes to jobs in places where they are applying, first wait, let me first bring this. Even when it comes to application of jobs, they first value the girls most and leave alone the boys. Whereby you find the big jobs in, let's say, in state, they are given to women nowadays, leaving out boys, leaving out men. So, at omwana mutu, it happening like that. Omwana natagamba. After all, why am I studying? It is the girls who are going to take those parts.
But
so why should I study? A question, Anna. Yeah.
Mbintu byokusenya nkunu kolendi emirimu. Kanyiloraho umoja huwa na benefitinga. Now how is he neglected? abokuba bakugamba kale omusikika hands omuntu genda okulabulika
ati ekindetire ekyo I'm reflecting on academics akuba when they come from school as a family and reach at home it's the first thing that a boy is slated to do. That go and collect firewood, and a girl will remain at home doing these simple things, and of which that a boy will delay in the, let's say, in the wilderness. And by the time the boy is coming at home, the girl is already prepared for preps, like the girl is going to revise books, getting that enough time. But a boy, by the time he's getting prepared, the girl has got something. So what I'm bringing about firewood, collecting firewood, splitting firewood, those hard work are given to boys, and of which I'm seeing that it shouldn't be like that. So what I want to bring to you people is that girls shouldn't say like a boy is there. One time you will find that you are alone, you as a girl, and you will be in need of a boy, whereby that will not happen. So what I'm seeing is that you girls there and you boys there, you should do things in equality. That if this boy is doing this, let the girl be helping, let the girl be a side leg. If the boy is splitting, let the girl be collecting firewood.
Okay, thank you, Arnold. I'm going to come back to you.
Then first wait. And then another thing.
I'm going to come back to you later on.
Yeah,
let's also give a chance to Doris. Doris, how do you think
well, before I start on that point, I'll first disagree with Arnold here, who has been talking about core distribution. Similarly, we all know that during the long time before formal education was introduced in the country, boys were being prioritized the more.
How?
Sorry, whereby the girl child and the boy child were not treated equally. Gender equality wasn't there like right now, because it's not all about boy child and girl child education. So if we're to make a flashback, we can see that boys were allowed to go to school, or like the work that was given to the girls is not similar to the work that was given to the boys. This is why you could find a boy doesn't go to the kitchen to cook, a boy doesn't wash utensils, doesn't mop the house, just splits firewood, grazes, or goes to the hut to graze cattle. The girls, they were being married off at an early age. You find that a young girl who is 13 years of age is getting married to a 46-year-old man because he has riches, cattle, money, and whatever. So right now the circumstances have changed. Right now, girls are being prioritized. Since the boys, they have more opportunities, because if a boy fails to study, he will go and cook chapats. But if a girl fails to study, she won't be able to go and cook chapats on the street.
Why?
She'll be humiliated. You know, nowadays these boys on the street who disturb girls. So if you are to compare a boy who cooks chapats from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. So they are not equal. The girls will face more challenges than the boys. But Arnold was talking about the gender equality and whatever. Right now, if you are to see in the companies, if women are there, you never know, maybe the man is the one owning the company. It doesn't mean that when women have better jobs, then the men won't have. So that shouldn't be a fact that is going to be talked about, because they are equal. Only that the people in villages face more difficulties because of street children and whatever. But the government is trying its best to promote gender equality.
Okay.
Yes.
Then,
okay, back to that point, there is negligation. Sorry, neglection. Yeah. Now I will compare a home with 2 girls and 2 boys. Those girls are learning from the same school.
Yes.
But there is a school tour. And usually we know, in terms of academics, girls usually win boys. Usually.
Usually.
Yeah, usually.
But according to the PLE results, zikabanuzolaka abodo basingira.
Boys.
Yeah.
And the government was like asking what could be wrong with the girls. Can kuno these days no sanga abana bubisike nibaba favoring muno. Nibaba gamba abodo mukoleke na ken hubono barafixi. Now why did they fail?
Well, as in for the current situation. But if I to take a flashback, girls have been winning boys. So back to that point, when the school is going to arrange for a trip, maybe to Kasese, Kampala, or any other place, and the girl and the boy requests, all of them request at once, the parents will first favor the girls and neglect the boys. Since the boys are performing badly in terms of academics, they don't have respect because boys and girls are not equal. We are created differently, we have different manners, and we can't act the same way. So the parents will favor the girls first, and the boys are always left out. When watching TV, if the boy wants to watch Katan Kaptanisi, maybe the girl wants to watch any other soap or cartoon, and then they're like fighting for the remote. The parent will tell the boy, you give the remote to the girl. So such things go on affecting the boy. That's when you find out that it affects the boy psychologically. So when he grows up, he will try to exact revenge. Since the girls were being favored, they have given the land to the girls, they have given every property to the girls, but he's just educated. He has nothing. So it will affect him psychologically, and he will try to exact revenge. This is whereby you find a brother killing his own sister, bewitching, something like that. It starts when they were still kids, from the remote, from the books, the trip, and whatever. So it affects the boys' men psychologically. The parents shouldn't neglect boys' rights. They should also try to promote gender equality. Since the government is trying its best, it also should start from homes, the society, the schools. If we are to compare from schools, when the teacher is going to punish the boy and the girl, they won't get equal punishment. They will tell the girl to go outside and sweep. They will give this one strokes. So it affects the boys very much.
Okay, thank you, Doris. Then, takagira hana, kambanze mbakabuzio. Kino kaguzo kiani. Umutekereza kike kisokuruga mu family na mbere ali omukazi n'omusaiza baina abana babo. For example, baina abana basatu baisiki baina n'omwojo ogwo. Whereby omukazi n'omusaiza nibemera nibagamba banuna abisiki basatu intezito onono omwojo huu tubakumfuao ikiara akora nikiakwe akode ime mutekereza kike sokuruga mu family, starting with you, Anthony.
Well, I think hatred is most likely to come out of that family. First of all, if I am your son and you treat me like as if I'm not, then I will severely get annoyed. It's like it was a punishment for me to come. It's like it was a mistake. So if I am a child, I must also, your child, I must also be treated like the way you're treating others. You cannot tell me just because these ladies are going to get married and you get cows. That doesn't stop me from being your child. So obokungamya keke kintu karama kumfaho nyowe nimpura wantama niluga mukegi ngambakana kankurekera abaisiki bawe ogumenabo otwalente zawe nyowe lekangende.
But who will bring the cows?
Yes,
who will bring the cows? Abakuba omodo wama bali mukumulu batire who will omuzina atekereza sentence jakuruganka.
But for me, what I'm saying is that in this one family, whereby these people are saying that these girls they are going to get cows in Bajakutungend. So when you become a family, I say since you are saying you are going to get cows, you're seeing me as a useless person. Like I'm like Iskibani, Mulihamentiza, Entezani to Rekil Mulizkozesa. Let me go outside. This is what we find. We have street children being boys. Most of them are boys.
What do you mean awojo baja kwiruka mumaka?
Yes.
Ano ino tekereza cake sobora kuruga muri yegyo family whereby kubona bafa abisike bonka ngo abo kubana baja kubiha mwete. What do you think can be the outcome?
To me, I also ask that parent who is doing that, iwe those so-called cows that you are saying that are the girls at your home and the boy that you are chasing, are you sure that those girls are going to bring you cows?
And how sure are you
And how
they are going to do what you are expecting from them?
Yeah, exactly. Now, Abazaire, what you should see in front what will happen, because you cannot say that omwana go no sindika. You never know in future he's the most valuable person that you have, that will come up with something, and the people that you are with at home are going to do totally nothing.
Okay.
So what I'm saying, you as a parent, you will send that child out of your family. That no, you will neglect that boy in your family and leave him alone and concentrate on those girls of yours. Do you know that you can spend a lot of money in those girls and end up coming up with nothing?
After all, they disappoint you.
Yeah, they disappoint you. And that boy that you have chased, you will one time be in need of him, whereby those girls will not be around. And another thing, when they go, who will be with you at home? The one that you have chased. So what I'm trying to bring to you is that boys, no a boy remains as a boy. So what will come up is hatred, either hatred. If not that, it's when you find that omzeile yatunga what I can call bonabona. No bingo, you suffer. No bingo mwana, and when not knowing that ogomano wabinga will be more valuable than the children that you are living at home. So what I'm trying to bring to you is that boys should be treated equally as girls. So that's it.
Bagamba gabera zona telmanye yutasha. Those to Gambia, what will be the outcome?
Well, you have talked about such a family, but before you start explaining the point, we all know that we come from different homes. So you may find in this home they're treating boys equally with girls, and they said they're undermining them. So you have been talking about the parent who will be expecting cows from the girls. But we know that maybe if in this family, the boy has not been undermined, he has been educated, he has been treated equally with the girls. Of course, these 3 girls will get a boy to get the cows. So when we are talking about back to that family, if the parents don't favor the boy, first of all, if we go to the education basis, if they will educate these 3 girls, they finish primary, secondary, university, and they graduate, they get jobs. But this boy who has been left out will start getting, like what I told you earlier, it will affect him psychologically. This is why you find like a respected family, but with different people. Like you find this boy is eating marijuana, is taking cocaine, taking intoxicants.
Other drugs.
Yes. Now, the boy will get hatred for the sisters. This is whereby you find attacks in the family, because he will go and get into guns, he will become a hooligan. He will come back to exact his revenge. You find he kills the first sister, the second sister, the third sister.
Saying it as an after all, you neglected me.
Yeah. Then he will also realize, even my parents were there. This is whereby you find the hooligan raping the mother, because we have had such cases. Then from there he will kill the father, and you'll find no one is left in the family. So such family should also realize that the boys must be favored. Before thinking about the disappointment you'll get from the boy, you shouldn't think about the negative side. Think positive. Because even the boy child can be more useful than the girl. Maybe you never know God's plan. Maybe destiny puts them in a different fate. You find the girls have become prostitutes, but the boy is the only hope you are left with. Now if you neglected him, you never educated him, he's cooking chapats, how will he take you to hospital next time when you're suffering from pressure or heart attack? So the parents should also favor boys. They should try to promote gender equality. The society shouldn't neglect boys. If you have seen children on street, call out for government's help, because boys are also useful to the country. Yeah.
Okay. We are remaining with 5 minutes to go for a short musical break. But before that, what should a boy do? See that he fight for his progress. Kuo moto na sobora kurata. Kurora ngwebyo byona mubera aba yabakurundi in future. starting with you, Doris. Tugambiro notwara obwire butaito agokuba ntujagenda mu break.
Okay. Well, I would say, viewers out there, don't think that I'm thinking negatively or I'm trying to bring out a point that is violent. But if you know the country doesn't favor boys' rights, is not promoting boy child education, the boy